So there's a thing going on YouTube, drawing your life. I really wanted to do it, but just didn't get around to it due to life. And then I felt like it's too late in the game. But after Kick the PJ tagged basically everyone, I just thought, oh, what the hell? So this is me drawing my life, or attempting to. I was born in Hamburg, basically lived here all my life, and probably will stay forever. Hamburg, home of fish and tea. Quite Brittany of it. I'm the youngest of three, and my brother and sister just loved me to pieces. For some reason, they like to show me around like a doll and flourished in making sure that I'm happy. Unfortunately, it made them hate each other. But I didn't realize that, so all was well. We grew up in a tiny apartment in a not so good part of town. Right in front of the building was a huge sandbox with a climbing tower and slide, so I could literally roll out of the living room into the sandbox, which was neat. The building also happened to be right next to the elementary school. When I climbed through a hole in the fence around it, I needed less than 5 minutes to school. Still, I was late every day. Well, such is life, I guess. I'm quite shy and always sort of lived in a bit of a bubble, creating my own world as I went around. That's why I never had many friends. People tend to see me as cold when really I just don't know what to say or I'm spaced out. So I always had many stories to tell, but not so many people to tell them to. A big change was in 11th grade when I did an exchange year in America. I ended up in a little town in Washington. Here I developed my coffee addiction and found some of my best friends to this day. In that year, I really delved into the arts. I was in choir, several arts classes, and of course theater. I also did color guard, which basically is the twirling and throwing of flags and fake rifles on a football field. And surprisingly fun, if it wasn't for the color guard chicks who were worse than cheerleaders. So I dropped out in second semester. Luckily, I decided to audition for that year's musical production instead. The Sound of Music. I got cast as a nun, an aristocrat, and a maid serving Twinkies. I also helped painting the sets and helped with wardrobe and hair. I was just always there, had more fun than I ever had before, and met the mentioned friends. That's also where I met Amber. She overheard my then host sister, who we both disliked, dissing about me in class, so she decided that I might be someone worth getting to know. Which luckily she tackled the next day, and we became the duo that then was known as Banjo and Kazoo, which is a story of its own. I went back to Hamburg where I finished school. Two quite boring and frustrating years, so I just skipped them. After graduating, I moved to South Germany to study fashion design. It was great fun, and unlike my expectations, there were some amazing and fun people, and I found dear friends of mine. Two of them found work in Hamburg and live here now with me, which is really great. Then I interned in the costume department of a Hamburgian theater for half a year, where we did Falling Man, a play about the trauma of 9/11, and an adaptation of Dostoevsky's Demons. Those months I slept about 4 hours the night tops and walked around like a zombie on set. Also, I didn't get paid, so I quit. And my zombie body is out of frame here. Sorry about that. Since then, I worked as a salesperson in a bakery and in my mama's company as a graphic designer and a handywoman, which I still do to this day. Last summer, I launched my label Stachelkacks. I mainly do geeky cute random prints on t-shirts and hoodies. It's so much fun, I have so many ideas, but sadly I don't really have too much time to work on it since I have to do things like, I don't know, pay rent and buy food and stuff like that. And wow, those are not adequate representations of my shirts. Almost a year ago, I discovered YouTube. I mean, I was on YouTube before, but I never knew about vlogs. Don't forget about my bubble, guys. By chance, I found the Vlog Brothers and instantly became hooked. Soon I followed other YouTubers like Charlie is the Cool Like, Neriman, Dan is Not on Fire, Amazing Phil, oh, so many others. The addiction had started. I started to participate in all sorts of Nerdfighter projects. Small things like sending a short video message to congratulate the Vlog Brothers on doing 1,000 videos, and bigger ones like planning and executing a book of signatures for John with a small group of Nerdfighters all over the world, or making a shirt for the German Nerdfighters when John came to Germany. Through that, I met so many awesome people, so yay! Then in summer, I decided to start vlogging myself, indulge into the obsession. I started my own channel and then tricked Amber into starting a collab channel with me, who had no idea what she got into. Pumpkin Sparks and the Tablespoon was born. Last month, I also started the project with the 9 other German nerdfighters. Haphazard Nerds is just in its starting shoes, but I'm really looking forward to how it develops. Video making is just so much fun. So that's me then. A fashion designer in between jobs for way too long, starting to indulge in life, living in a little bubble fantasy world, and not really knowing what to do with herself. Quite like most others, I guess. So, thank you for your time, and the end.